grandma, and Yael is my daughter. These candlesticks that you're looking at now are over 200 years old. They come from my family, which came from Russia, and they were my grandmother's mother's mother. They come from an area in Russia called the Pale of Settlement, which is where the 5 million Jews lived until they escaped Russia, and most of them came to America. That was the big Aliyah to America back at the turn of the century. These candlesticks have a remarkable story, and when you look at them, what do you see?
Gold. They're uneven.
They're uneven. Very good. What do you see?
They have a gold color.
What?
Gold color.
Gold color.
That's what I was gonna say.
They look in pretty good condition for 200 years old.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
They look like they're brand new.
Fantastic. Do you notice anything else?
They're very detailed.
In what way?
Like in a way that like it has the round and then it goes down and up and down and then it goes like out and in.
Very sharp. Okay, here's the story. Oh yes?
It's candlesticks.
Candlesticks. Here's the story. They came over on the boat. They came to New York with my grandmother. And my grandmother was orphaned at a very early age. And she had to go live with a sister whom she hated and did not get along with. And the sister was mean and crushed her dreams, and she could never become the person that she wanted to be. And years later, they got into a huge fight. And I once read in Anna Karenina, a great book by Leo Tolstoy, that the opening sentence, one of the greatest opening sentences in all of history, happy families are all alike, and every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. And in this family of my grandmother's, it was a very unhappy family. And the sister came over, they got into a huge fight, and she grabbed a set of candlesticks because there were 2 sets of them. She grabbed the set of candlesticks, she gave them to her sister, she said, "Get out of my house and get out of my life." And they never saw or talked to each other again, even though they lived in the same city. And that was the end of it. And years go by, my mother inherited the candlesticks, and I'm about 5 years old, and she is praying over them, giving the weekly blessing, when I noticed that they were very different from each other. And if you look very closely, one, which is what you noticed, one is taller than the other. The details are different here. They're really very different. And I said to my mom, I said, "Mom, these are not the same." And it was the first time that she noticed. And she was surprised because nobody had noticed. And she then discovered, when she asked my grandmother, her mother, what happened. And my grandmother, in her anger and in her rage, had grabbed a candlestick from each set and mixed it up and given it to her sister. So many years passed, I got married, I had children, and my mother and I decided we were going to find the other set. We were going to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. We were going to make it whole. So my mother had an address book of family members from all over the world: South Africa, England, France, Paris, Russia. For years, we would send out these letters trying to find the other set of the candlesticks. And guess how many responses we got back?
A lot.
We got back 0. Over 5 years, we did not hear from one single person. And my mother decided that getting a letter like this out of the blue, they must have thought they were very valuable. They're not. They're very heavy. I'll pass them around. They're solid brass, and they actually have no monetary value at all. But to me and to our family, they are priceless. Why? because this is the tradition. This is the keynote tradition of our faith, of our family, of our Jewish tradition. And even though families may break apart, like my grandmother's did, like you see in the Bible with Jacob and Esau, like you see with Joseph and his brothers, all the families in the Bible are very unhappy families. But bigger than them is the tradition of our people and the faith in God and the fear of God, and to carry on and continue the faith of our traditions and our Jewish faith. And this is what the candlesticks represent. And to have a concluding story, years fast forward, it's now around 1993 when the famous earthquake, and the earthquake hit our house hard, and all my china, and all my crystal, and all my glass was broken. And I walked out, and there, as large as this rug, was everything in one huge broken pile of glass. And there in the middle were these candlesticks, defiant, strong, unbroken, and continuous. And I thought, this is the Jewish people. So, those are candlesticks.